Hi, hello, hope you're in fine voice. I've got a question here from Edgar, and he says, how do you make your voice believable? I don't understand it. And at first I thought, well, it's fairly obvious, isn't it? You just make it believable. And I think there's almost perhaps an arrogance on the part of us voiceover people and voiceover coaches and established voice actors. You think, well, you just do it. Just make it believable. But if you come into it afresh, it's not necessarily clear what you have to do and the steps you have to go through to make something believable, to make a script believable. And I think it allowed me, this question, which is a very good question, Edgar, it allowed me to sort of really analyse it and try and I suppose crystallize it into some steps that you need to take. I think first of all, let's think what you're doing as a voiceover artist. You're trying to make people feel in a certain way and you're trying to communicate a message, aren't you? So if someone came over to you, a friend came to you and said, oh, bad news, I've been made redundant, I've lost my job. You don't then think to yourself, oh, I've lost my job tone of voice. It just comes naturally, doesn't it? And you say, oh, sorry to hear that. But you're not standing there thinking, oh, what's the tone of voice? I'll try and find it. It just is genuinely there. And it's believable what you're saying. And likewise, if someone comes up to you and says, great news, we're getting married, you don't then think, right, what's my congratulatory voice? How do I find that? It just comes, doesn't it? Oh, well done, congratulations. It's just there. And these tones of voice are all there. They're all there inside you. The trick in voice acting is to tap into those tones of voice. But also, on top of that, of course, you're using somebody else's words. So you have to make the words on the page totally believable. And they've got to be genuine. Now, to do that, you've got to own those words. So when you get a script, no matter how long it is, whether it's 30 seconds or 3 minutes or 3 hours, you take those words on the page and you make them yours. Now, there's no definitive way of doing that. It's not something that goes on in here, in your larynx. It goes on up here in your head. And it's how you take those words and own them, make them yours, and through that process, you make them genuine and believable. So as soon as you see a script, just say, these are my words. I own them. I'm going to bring them to life. I'm going to get the meaning across. So seeing a script for the first time, you ask yourself, what is it trying to say and how am I going to say it? And if you do that, start with that approach, then hopefully the genuine tone in your voice will come along. But the moment you look at a script and think, I don't understand it, or I can't make that believable, that's either you work on it or it is a cue for you to leave it and walk away from that script. But really, a good voice actor will be able to take pretty much any script and make it their own. So that's what you're doing. It's your own. You have to make this leap of faith in your head, this mental leap, and say, these are my words, therefore they're going to be genuine, therefore they're going to be totally believable. If you believe it, great, the listener will believe it. As soon as you start doubting yourself as you read it, the listener won't believe it either. So great question, Edgar, but I would say get practicing, record yourself, record a few scripts, see how you get on. And if you think, yeah, it's sounding like I know what I'm on about, you're on the right track. If you listen back and you think, it sounds like I'm reading that, or I'm not aware, I'm not even bringing the words to life, then that's a sign that you're not on the right track and you need to work on that script and you need to work on the believability of it. All right, so I hope that's shone a light on what makes a script believable or not believable. And it's all about practice, really, and giving yourself permission to do it. Good luck, and thanks very much for tuning in today. Look after your voice and see you next time.